Yeah, this national study found some shocking insights. The first is that over half of all employees in America, so half of the American workers, said they felt people were not being treated fairly at work. And over half of all employees also said that if they weren't satisfied in their job, they could not put forth their best effort. And as you can imagine, as an employer or an employee, this affects everything that you do.
The number one thing affecting satisfaction is trust, by far. And it's a little bit of a different conversation than what we've had in the past. In the past, we've talked about trust at the CEO level or at the VP level. What we overwhelmingly found was the most important person to trust in an organization for employees, to be satisfied, was their direct manager. 93% said they could not be happy at work without this trust in place.
Yeah, two things jump out in the study findings. The first is that over 60% of all Americans said emotional safety at work really affected whether or not they could stay at their job. So if they didn't feel emotionally safe at work, they would quit. And nobody's talking about emotional safety. It's all physical safety. And we found that over a third of all Americans would quit their job if they did not have the technology in order to be successful at work. So if their technology literally held them back. It's like saying, go do this, but I'm not going to give you the right tools. That's very frustrating for workers because they want to do a good job.
Actually, I'm going to give you two things that would help any employer with retention. So first, if you want to talk about perks, 83% said they would be more committed to their work if they had more paid vacation days. And this is a really interesting point because when given the choice, they chose paid vacation days over performance bonus and 401k, which are things that would have put money right in their pocket. So you can do that. The second thing I would tell you that's really critical, it's probably the most important thing to take from this, is in terms of retention, 75% said if employers listen to and address their concerns, they would be more committed and they would stay longer with that organization.
Yeah, from my vantage point as a researcher, we need to have a conversation about emotional safety at work because nobody's talking about it. It's the elephant in the room. And we need the technology to be able to be successful in our jobs. If you can do those two things, you're going to see different results than you're seeing now.
Well, you can get the most important, the critical results from this survey, as well as simple how-tos that any organization can take advantage of right away at our website at ultimatesoftware.com.
Yeah, to me what jumps out is that the results we found were not specific to a generation, it's not specific to a gender or a geography, but that these unresolved issues around, for example, emotional safety at work cut across America. They're a huge issue and nobody's talking about it, so we need to have this conversation.
There's one thing I would say also. I would also say, at a macro level, I think let's put aside the hyperbole. Put aside the hyperbole. The reality is that employees today, what they want is they crave something much more. They crave purpose. They want to work in an environment where they can be trusted and they can trust their manager. They want to feel like their issues and their concerns can be listened to, will be listened to and addressed. And most importantly, they want to make sure that they are capable of fulfilling their duties so that they can contribute in the workforce because they're really proud of the organizations they're a part of. So let's put aside the hyperbole and let's figure out how to make a better workplace for our employees. It's a win-win for everybody.